Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This video I'm gonna do a review of the Apple AirPods. It's gonna be a 3-week review. I'm gonna go through the goods and bads, the goods and bad of the AirPods. Basically, I like the design, strangely enough. I know a lot of people are looking at the case and they're saying it looks like a dental floss case, and that's pretty much the general overview of the design of the case. But aside from the case, it's a really minimalistic design. It's more, it fits in your pocket, it works. You get 24 hours of battery time from that case alone. That's outside the 5 hours that you get from the AirPods. So that's a win for Apple. As far as charging time on here, I can't complain about it. I know a lot of people like me thought that since the AirPods themselves are small, that battery life is not going to be too great on it. But surprisingly, you get about 5 hours of battery life on it, and if your battery goes empty on the AirPods, you can charge it up within 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, you get 7 hours more of battery life. So it's pretty good considering that it's 15 minutes and you get 7 hours of charge off of from the case. So that's definitely a plus. However, I must say that a minus about these AirPods is how small they are. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. And I've come close to losing at least one of them within the last 3 weeks, misplacing them, etc., etc., like a lot of people have done. And they are expensive. If you lose them, it's gonna come out of your own pocket because Apple will not replace them for free. You're gonna have to pay a fee to have to get a pair of AirPods. So that's a negative about it. I did notice that the Bluetooth pairing was very easy. The W1 chip that Apple put on the AirPods was definitely an advancement on their part, because they put that chip on almost everything that's come out at this point as far as Bluetooth is concerned and stuff like that. But this is the easiest thing I've ever paired up Bluetooth wise. All I had to do was open up the case, the lid, and push a button when my iPhone immediately notices it, and that was pretty much it. It was all paired up. So that's definitely a positive. And when you do pair it up with your iPhone, you pretty much pair it up with every single Apple product that you have. On top of that, these earphones can be used with Android devices. There is a button on that case that you can push to pair it up with Android devices. Now, as far as the fit is concerned, I noticed that I watched a lot of video, and a lot of people have either loved the way it fit in the ear and had no issues with it falling out, or other people who are on the other end, who have complained that they didn't fit well and they fell out regardless of what they did. But But there is something you can buy off of Amazon these days, and I think it's a rubber fit that fits on the AirPods, and apparently they work pretty well. I haven't tried it myself, but if that's a big issue for you guys, then you guys could buy that, and that would solve your problem. But with me, um, it's not a clear cut case of me. I mean, it did fit okay in my ear. It wasn't snug or anything like that, and there were a couple occasions when I went running that I noticed that one of them, uh, uh, or both of them, came loose, and I had to use a finger um, to put them back in my earlobes. So, but one of the major negatives that I've had with these experience so far is if you want to change the volume on the earpods, you actually had a physical way to change the buttons, but unfortunately, on these, you're gonna have to use Siri to change the button or change it physically on your phone or on your iWatch if you use the iWatch for it. But there's no way to change the volume on the unit itself. It does come with an accelerometer. It does come with touch features, but the touch features will pause it if you tap it twice. But as far as changing the volume, that was a little bit of a frustrating thing to work out. And I really wish there was some way they would had put a volume feature on the phone itself, since the AirPods are touch sensitive. But one of the positive features that I did like about it is that you were able to if you were to take one of the AirPods out of your ear, it does have a proximity sensor, so that is a positive thing about it. If you need to take it out of your ear for whatever reason to talk to somebody, there is a proximity sensor that will pause the unit, the earphone, and when you put it in, it'll go back to play, and that was something that worked out pretty good as far as needing to take the unit out of my ear and turning it off and such. But the unit, as far as having the unit turn off and on, once you put it in the case, it turns off. Once you take it out, it's on. Uh, Other things I liked about the unit is the sound quality was okay. To be honest with you, I'm not a big audiophile, so I'm not going to go into how the difference between the two, the AirPods and the AirPods, because I really couldn't tell the difference. The quality was decent, and but for $159, I don't know if it's worth it. You might be able to get better earphones with higher sound quality than this for $159. I do have an iWatch, and I did pair it with my iWatch. And I have to say that it works really well as far as the two accessories are concerned. Um, I did go to the gym, work out, and I didn't need to have my phone with me. It worked really well as far as having the iWatch on my wrist and having the AirPods in my ear. And as far as changing volumes, I had no issues with it because the volume lever on the watch worked really well with that feature. Overall, as far as negatives are concerned, I guess I guess the biggest negative is the way it looks. I'm not normally a fashion conscious person, but I've only seen one single person who have worn these AirPods, and that's the honest truth. I know they're hard to get, but I haven't seen too many people wearing these AirPods, and the one person who I saw wearing it, besides me, looked kind of strange wearing it. And it is true what they say that it looks like you got a Q-tip hanging out of your ear. It looks like you got an earring hanging out of your ear. So that whole aspect of it kind of depends on who you are, whether you're comfortable wearing basically a 2017 version of Bluetooth devices that never actually was a fashionable thing to do in the first place. But overall, if I was gonna rate the product, I mean, it does cost $159. And unless you're a really huge Apple fan, I don't think I'd recommend it. Partly because it's kind of expensive. Partly because the aesthetics of it, um, I really don't like the way it looks when I'm wearing them. But that kind of depends on you. But as far as the technological aspects of it, usability and stuff like that, the only issue I had with it was changing the volume, and I believe that Apple can actually fix that issue uh, without a problem, considering that they have a chip on both the earphones, and there is an accelerometer on there, and if you can press it twice to pause or ring up Siri, then you could actually press it 3 or 4 times to either increase the button, increase the volume, or decrease the volume. So, but aside from that, um, from 1 to 10, I would give it about a 7.